Morning, Ginger. How are you this morning? How are you this morning? Yeah, look what's out there. Yeah, we got a little skiff of snow. And I'm going to show you something that's very important around an off-grid homestead. Well, look at that. It's nice and warm. And it's got no snow on it. Isn't that awesome? Well, I filled my stove at about that time last night. So let's go see what's left in it. Well, that's pretty big coals in there. And this side we still have a piece of that round log. See, I try to put most of my wood in my stove round, and so I have some big split stuff in here. I'll probably throw that in during the day. I know it's kind of dark in here. I don't have a light in my wood box. Let's just bring this out so you can see what that's. You know, that's a 6-inch round, 6.5, and so I generally put about 3 of those and a couple of little bit smaller ones, and that burns for 12 to 14 hours. Unless it's minus 40, then we got to put wood in a little bit earlier, but not that much. And if you've seen my wood box, I fill that all the way to the top, so I'm good for 10 to 12 days. Minus 40. I don't have to go outside to get firewood, so you know, you'll see me loading it from the outside if you're following me along. Well, we'll get started with a simple meal today. I threw some ground beef in here. We're going to just let that go kind of early in the day, but we're going to get something on the go here, so we have time to maybe go deer hunting in the evening. Of course, it has to have a big onion in there. With all that water, beef from the store. All that water in there. And of course, we're going to dive in there with some mushrooms. Yes, we have to go up. You see, put some wood in the stove. Well, my stove does not have a plate inside of it to catch the creosote. It drops right into the fire. Put a little wood in, and then it's a tight spot. We just give it a good sweep. And they're sticky right at the top, but pull it quick and it comes out. As you can see, we have winter trying, and I just keep my cleaner right there so it don't get buried in snow, or if it does, easy to pull out. So you see I did my vents, bathroom vents, stuff like that. I put a little loop so you don't get snow starts getting down in there. Then it builds up a little heat, frost, and it'll block them. So put a wee bit cap over them and it works. I got to pull the pins, put the solar panels the rest of the way up yet, but not going to do that today. We're going to have a couple of warmer days, and it's not that cold. It's only -2 right now Celsius, but slippery to walk there. So hopefully that'll melt off and tin will be dry, and then I can push them up straight. And then for winter, when I clean them, I have my safety rope. I had to do some check, make sure it's all good. Hang on that while I walk across there without sliding off the roof. So gotta have a little safety in mind. But these chores have to be done, and then we're gonna get down and we might get to enjoy that and have a nice cook up. Maybe another few days here. We got some warm weather. Well, I was out and got a load of wood yesterday without you. And some pretty nice stuff. That one's just about too big, but it might fit in my stove. I'm going to go put this in the cabin, but I'm going to see if just keep things covered up. It just keeps it dry, keeps your controls dry, kind of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to try and repurpose some screws. And this is not 100% ideal, but this will make it safer. I just, with snow in there, I usually sprinkle some ashes, scrape the snow off, and just, that quad's loaded sideways. This is a 3-foot drop off here, or about 2.5, and you don't want to be underneath the ATV, so we'll just fix the critical part a little bit, make it safer before we put wood in the wood box. The roof is kind of dripping, so trying to hurry. I'll run up there okay. Just got to go fast. Don't go slow and then have to give it throttle. You know, go fairly fast, keep your momentum. If you're going to have a wreck, then you have a good one. That just about didn't feel good. Thought he was going to go the other way, but it came back a little close to my door. I don't know if I can slide this over or not. Try to run fairly close to that plank, but that little lean there kind of threw me off. Oh, that's close. Less than 1/4 of an inch, but you know, that's our little goodie pile. We are going to just bale this stuff in there, and we'll show how much it makes. It won't make a very big pile, so we'll have to go get more. Well, I just split 3 or 4 to see how they split, and they actually split pretty good. So I didn't put the moisture tester on them, but they've been dead for a couple of years already. I think 3 years. So yes, they should be pretty good, but I only filled my wood box half full. So we will get another load. Right. He always runs for the shop when I come because he thinks I'm going to put more food in his dish, and then he takes 2 bites, walks away. Still lots of food. Ernie's usually gone hunting. He's outside more, aren't you? Hey, Mr. Ernie, you missed out on bacon the other morning. Oh yeah, yeah, you missed out. You were out looking for a squirrel, maybe a rabbit. Hey. Of course, Miss Ginger. Are you going to slap it? You play with it. There you go. Okay, my turn. My turn. Okay. Okay, bring it back. Bring it back. Good girl. My turn. My turn. My turn. My turn. Put it down. Put it down. Good girl. Okay, your turn. Push it back. Bring it back. Yeah, slap it. Slap it. Put it down. Put it down. Okay, play with it. Push it. Okay, slap it. There you go. There you go. There you go. Okay, my turn? Huh? My turn? Which way is it going to go? Hey? Which way is it going to go? Yeah, I got to get in and stir this stuff up. I get busy doing something. I got to be careful cooking at the same time. But we keep the fire low. I'm going to go back outside. A couple little things. Big one. Didn't usually put plywood over this stuff. Keep it from getting snowed on, but it was going to be moved anyway, so it didn't matter. I have some that's half green yet. We get a chance to get it out, and that's what I do is I'll pile it up like this, and you got sap. Sometimes you'll get ants moving in the bottom. So I spray around them with some melathion stuff. But with this, we're just going to get a load on, and another load, and another load. We're going to clean this pile up. Got another pile down here. Going to clean that pile up. Get it moved. Some of this is 3 years old, so I want to get it moved, and that's why I haven't been bringing too much green stuff, but I'll start bringing green stuff and stockpiling again. The sap's gone out of the trees. It's good to cut green stuff in the winter or in the spring before the sap starts to come up, you know, February, March, and then it dries out that much faster, you know, 1 year. And this is all, you know, 6-inch, 8-inch, 10-inch, 5-inch, and a few smaller ones, but that's what I put in the shop like that. I don't, I put very little split wood in there. You see my piles over there. I do have some slab wood and stuff like that, but unless I get, the odd time I get some great big spruce, and it won't fit. I can only go about 12.5 inches in my wood stove there in the shop that I built. So 12.5 inches, 20 inches long. Get a couple of, you know, one big one, one a little bit smaller beside it, and another one, you know, 6-8 inch on top of the smaller one, and the stove's pretty much full. But that gives me a 12-14 hour burn as well. As you see the cabin here, it doesn't use about 1/3 of the wood that I burn in my shop. So cutting wood is just good exercise. So it keeps you going. Cut wood different lengths for the cabin. I only cut it up to about 15 inches long. It'll fit a little bit of angle at 16, but mostly 15 and a half, and about 9-inch, right around 9-inch. Some of them that I put in there might be, a couple of them I put in the wood box might be just a bit too big. So we'll see. If not, they go in the stove on a few coals, and a couple small ones beside it. They'll burn. It's just how I operate. I mean, if you split your wood up, if it's green, sometimes you got to split it so it can dry fast enough. But if you have time and you have a year's worth of wood put ahead, then don't split your wood. Just get it stacked up like this. And if you get it done early in the spring, so the sun can get at it and the wind can get at it, and it can get rained on and then dry out and get rained on and dry out. By December, that wood will be ready to burn because the sap's gone out of it. You know, if you, or very little sap in it when you cut it green, if you cut it the right time of year. So, but I did took a couple trees down a couple years ago. Kind of forgot about them. I was going to drag them out and didn't. And so I may hook on them and drag them out, but so they're laying on the ground, so they're going to be kind of wet. They're laying up a little bit, but I might get to that yet. That's bonus chores. I kind of got my other chores more or less done that have to be done. And let it snow. I'm ready. I'm ready to bring out the tundra. So, oh my baby. You big baby. If I'm not drilling something or hammering something or sawing something, my poor baby, she just says, look, you have a free hand. Scratch me. Spoiled. Brat. Ginger. You see this bark? This is cured. You can tell it was cut green, so the bark kind of looks like it's greenish yet. It's only dried about 2 years, this. You get a couple more years of drying, and then your bark will start looking like that. But you start losing too much weight out of your wood. This wood is, yeah, I need to put some more air in my tire. It's heavy. So, just get this. That's enough. That's enough. I'm going to have to put a little air in that tire. So, she's a little squishy. That's okay. We're not going far. That's okay. Don't think it'll get hot and blow up. Oh, it's really good cured stuff. That lasts longer, burns hotter in the stove. So I try to burn that a little more December, January. When it gets down to -40. So I pile it back here. Some of this that I brought in that I just cut dry off the trail, it's a wee bit funky or not quite as good or dried out too much. I just put that in so that it can be burned up over the next month. I just bring it in, I kind of keep it closer, put it right in the wood box in the shop. And, you know, but yeah, like say this block, you can kind of see how long these blocks are. My fingers on the end and up to my chest are about 19-20 inches. But that's, if you're going to have a stove that'll take 20-inch wood, you might as well put 20-inch blocks in it. Since putting 16-inch blocks. I'm going to just get this all unloaded, go get another load. Well, that'll help fill her up a little more. I still got to put air in my tire. I got pretty squashed. I should put it in while I got a load on, and then I know how much I can haul. There is a meaning to my method, and it's I fill it up. But as you see, I got big ones, smaller ones, some split ones, all through the pile. So, you know, if I have lots of big ones, I put a few smaller ones. I kind of work on 2 rows at once, and I can always push a few back further. And I try to keep it that way so I can just work down the row, and it gives me, you know, a huge one to put in the stove. I can put like that one, this one. Then I can put probably that one on top of this one on that side, then maybe this one. I can put all 4 of these and maybe a split one in this wood stove. I just choke it down and let it simmer along. So that's quite a bit of wood. So I get, this here is 20 feet long. I put 6 rows wide, and the wood is approximately 18 inches on average each row. Some's 20, some's 16, some's, you know, it's all different. But if I pile it up, about 7 feet high all the way at the back, 7.5, and a little less coming this way, so close to 8 feet high. So I get it full, you kind of have an idea how many cord I put in here. And then when I'm hauling from the bush in the winter, I put some straight into the wood box in the shop. So most winters I only use about half of this, and then I work at filling it back up. So when I bring in wood, I put the greener stuff out in stacks outside to dry through the summer. The drier stuff comes in here. If it's quite really dry, that's not going to keep that long, it loses too much weight. I try to keep it closer to the stove end so it gets burned up quicker. And stuff that's really good, like that orange looking faced spruce, that stuff in there, some tamarack, cured poplar, that stuff will last 3, 4, 5 years in here as long as it stays dry. It's not going to lose too much weight. So if it don't get burned up this year, we'll work on it next year. Maybe we'll, you know, take the piles down a bit through the summer, spare time, move them forward, and then start bringing other wood and putting in the back. But that makes a fairly big wood shed. So, you know, wagon load at a time. So that's just kind of my method, the way I do it. Work on stuff like that. Work on one thing for a little while, I can go work on something else, and you know, do what we can. Be ready for winter, because the snow is starting. So from now, we'll have about this much snow on the ground probably in about 6 months from now. But between here and there, we don't know how much we're going to get. If it gets too tough going for the old tundra and I can't keep up with trails, or, you know, one should happen to get hurt or anything like that, you want to have this always a year worth ahead. You know, even if you had to hobble around with a cast on your foot, or last year it was my hand. And those of you that followed me along back then, it was, you know, you got to just work at it and get done what you can do, and then if you have it in the yard, at least it's close, it's easy to move, and you know, you have your year's worth of wood again. When you're feeling better, you can get back at it cutting. So I'm just trying to, you know, give you some tips, pointers, and if you like this kind of stuff, just follow my life. I mean, if you like fishing, jump back to my summer videos, lots of fishing in there, this year, last year, year before, and winter videos, building, milling, there's always something going on. Working on the cabin, upgrading power. You'll be seeing that here. You've seen some, and you're going to be seeing a little more. Just the full upgrades that I've done here and additions. You know, got great sponsors, so, you know, I like to share. There's a lot of people out there looking, starting to go off grid, wondering what they should do to hook up. I'll tell you, I've gotten rid of all of my other stuff. I got a few gel batteries I'll be discontinuing here right away as well. So maybe there's somebody looking. They're still good. They still work, but I'm not going to have a need for them here right away. So we'll see. Do what we can, but we just move along each day, a little at a time, whatever my back feels like doing, and some days not very much. So we'll get a video edited and hope you guys enjoy.